welcome to TEW 2016, the branding solution, and we are here on Shockwave, where we're only 2 weeks away from Money in the Bank, where all hell is going to let loose as all three brands get to show us the best of their talent, where we have 3 Money in the Bank ladder matches, but tonight we continue to build, and we start with some pre-show action. The main show actually turned out to be nearly 3 hours long, which I'm liking not having so much time constraints, because some of the King of the Ring matches got a bit more time to see how good they are. And the pre-show, we have the Vaudevillains picking up a victory. We then have Zack Sabre Jr. defeat Ultimo Dragon, the newest NXT trainer I have. So I thought, well, if he's experienced, he can put some of the younger talent over. And solid enough pre-show match, 50, I'll take that. A bit of a mix sort of tag team. I put Special Edition to win, solely because they are part of the ladder match happening next week for the tag team Money in the Bank. We have a host of talent involved in this match, and one of the rookies coming through was the weak link. Ricochet and Toza and Shelley were the stars, really. A host of improvements, which is good to see. And Oblivion Max picks up a win over Bubba Ray. Bubba Ray, again, another one who signed a new deal to be a trainer at NXT. I like that idea, having some experience down there. And so far, we are avoiding the minus 50s. And we continue that. Wow, that's pretty happy. I don't like this. Bailey Puder is tired after a 7-minute 4-on-4 tag team match. For God's sake, this sounds terrible. He may get released a lot quicker than he joined. But he did improve on a couple of things. We gave a random team of TM61, Kane and Adam and Harry Smith the victory over the NXT talent. Here we are, here's the bad match. Last week we announced Leo Rush had joined and was replacing Brian Kendrick in the King of the Ring. We will be doing something similar today as well. The Sumerian Death Squad picked up a win over a couple of the NXT talents. You can see a 7 and a 25. Not that good, this one either, but the bigger names got a big win. One of them is actually Aleister Black. It's nice to know that we actually have some talent on the show. Sin Cara defeated Ruben Vidal. He is very, very likely to be on the main roster within the year. Atami and Cedric Alexander pick up a victory over Rhino and Blake. Yeah, simple. Just want to try and get Atami back to where he was. Alexander needs a win. And for the main event, I actually went with Tyler Breeze defeating Noam Dar. It's not the greatest of pre-show main events, but a 65 is a good rating. I'm happy with that. We start the main show with a bit of a face. This is a heel, where we just try and talk out our 3 biggest rivalries, or 3 of our big rivalries, Styles and Cole, Punk and Joe, and Cena and Sandow. It's what it needs to do. It just gets us a nice hot start. Big name Sandow should be getting a nice rub off this, as should Adam Cole. And Punk improves on acting. Now, we've gone into the King of the Ring qualifiers, and for this one, I put Mustafa Ali to win by disqualification. Now, the idea is Drew McIntyre started getting distracted by bad news and Oblivion Max, but sort of fends them off. But behind, when all that's going on, the ref turns around and Sheamus bro kicks Ali, which leads to the disqualification. Referee saw the bro kick, but didn't see any. They sort of distracted McIntyre, didn't interfere. So Ali defeats McIntyre. McIntyre is furious, but I think it really helps the Battle for Britain storyline. I will be giving McIntyre a bonus to calm him down. We then move into a little interview segment where we have both the tag champions and challengers going back and forth. I like continuing these two together. As we've said, this is the last time they will face each other for gold. We can't just keep repeating it. So there. And we went into a King of the Ring match. Dash Wilder picked up the win. Jay Briscoe distracted Gallows. I've gone for that again. I wanted a few upsets in this, and they moved the storylines along. So getting deeper in the tournament, I'm not always relying on the bigger names. And Shane McMahon announces that Shane Strickland and Freddie E have joined Shockwave. I found their good chemistry. I like having a few more odd tag teams. And Freddie will replace Bubba Ray in the King of the Ring tournament too. So yeah, that was the other reason why I did it. I could announce two more. Shane isn't going into it though. We do give them a first TV match, which surprisingly is really good. They did pick up the win. Carino apparently tried to complain, but Freddie scared him into agreeing to lose, which was quite funny and surprising to see. It's a good match, to be honest. I was expecting a lot worse, and yeah, I'm happy with that. We then have a segment where Kenny Omega talks out Will Ospreay, and Neville comes out and sort of says, well, you keep talking bad about him, I'll be the one taking the title in the future. And Chris Sabin just joins the package and sort of says, you know what, shut up guys, let's fight this out. And we then have a 66. Didn't work, those two. A bit disappointing. But Omega and Sabin win. Neville got defeated. Yep, that was the point of this. And then Neville attacked Ospreay. So I'm going to do this turn. It's been building up. He has terrible heel. It went pretty well. So, okay. Neville was tired of losing to cruiserweights. I want him to be like the Neville we know on TV. And this is the best way to do it. I feel anyway. We jump straight into another King of the Ring match. Tyson Kidd picks up the victory over Murphy. We then have an impersonation segment where Tyler Breeze calls out Cody Rhodes, and Zack Ryder comes out in the dashing Cody Rhodes outfit, posing to the mirrors but hiding his disfigurement. Because I keep saying I love the disfigured Cody Rhodes figure that we had. Cody Rhodes has enough and comes out and attacks them both, leading to the next match, which Cody Rhodes defeats Zack Ryder with a 79 rated match. Wow. I know we had this a couple of weeks ago, but it continues Cody looking great against most of the fashion capital, as well as everything else. So yeah, I'm happy with that. We then have Rusev and Aries go face to face. Ever since Rusev has, Aries has said that he's cashing in Money in the Bank at Money in the Bank for a title match. Rusev has kind of laughed him off. But Aries has picked up a big couple of wins over the last few weeks, and nothing has changed in this. And then he picks up a win over Damien Sandow. So I've done what I wanted. I've got him into the 70s. He was a bit lower down when we started this. Sandow can take a defeat. It's not the end of the world. And an 80 rated match is good too. We continue to Nakamura Okada, where they basically just try and out-entrance each other. Just because we know they're both over with their entrances. And yeah, most of this is all done through respect. It is for the US title, and a 91 keeps them proper hot going into that match. Now, as we're continuing our build up to the Crucial Money in the Bank match, these four plus Breeze and Rhodes are going to be in the match. I give Adam Cole and Sami Zayn the victory here. When Adam Cole beat Cesaro, it's a solid enough match. I thought it could have been a bit higher rated. Adam Cole was the weaker link of the lot, and Bobby Roode and Cesaro make a good tag team. Ooh, so then with Tyler Breeze being great with Cesaro too, we have a few options for Cesaro. But afterwards, AJ Styles comes out and hits Adam Cole with his finisher and just sort of says, respect that, straight to his face and walks off. And for our main event, we thought we're just going to have Rusev defeat John Cena. An 82. We'll say Cena refused to give up and passed out. But after the match, Austin Aries steps up and attacks Rusev, but doesn't decide to cash in early. He's going for the full respect cash in. He's not going to be a cheap shot person. So that's a good rating. So let's see how we did. I think our segments probably saved us on this show. But we had some 80 sort of matches, so yeah, I'm happy with that. We'll head back to the main screen and see if we can bribe Drew McIntyre into stop crying. And we are now back to the main page, so let's read the news. As we see, there's nothing, any worries to read there. Biff Busick is complaining. A Vimo deal. I cancelled most of that, so I bought out Wrestle 1 and just closed them. Took their titles, and that's about it. Wasn't too much to really say about that. Taking out any competition. Drew McIntyre isn't unhappy, which is nice. I was expecting him to be very unhappy. Biff Busick, I think, just wants another push to probably mid-card, which is okay, he can have it. We can see here that he's not as over as he once was. Or, actually, is that the most over he's ever been? Did I get him higher once? But he's doing well in the King of the Ring. No, the Intercontinental Challenge. So he should be a bit higher than this. Next few weeks, so yeah, it's pretty much the highest he's ever been. So I'm okay with that. If we check the storylines for 63, this one went a bit downhill because of the DQ match. The Beautiful Disaster's great, fine. I like that still, that's still good, and that's still good. So you only need a little segment for that, and you save Punk and Joe from fighting for no reason. Same with Ruin My Career. You don't need them to fight every week. The tag titles went down a little bit due to the distraction in that match. This is actually really good. I'm really happy with that. That one didn't really get a show again, and this one's just bubbling along nicely without hurting anybody. So on the hot and not list, Candice LaRue's right up there. It's good to see her. Ricochet and Dawson, and hashtag DIY, both doing well. No worries here. In rehab, doesn't get used on holiday, hasn't been used in weeks, and probably the same for Slater. That's the end of the week, as such, even though we've done this on every show. Let's just see if Austin Aries has gone up at all. I still like how Kevin Owens is the most over in the world right now. Let's see, Ruru, Punk. Who else is on? I still like The Miz top 10. I love this. Nobody else. Styles. Cena's gone back up a bit. Adam Cole. That's good to see. I have not seen Austin Aries yet. So 62, his popularity isn't great. This will be the last thing we look at to see how far he has come since we put him into the title picture properly. This is the most over he's actually ever been, so that is a good thing. but never mind. So that's going to actually end the show. We'll be back next time with Raw, and the Money in the Bank tag team matches start on Raw. SmackDown will have theirs, and so will Shockwave. So thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the show.